Okay, hi. Welcome to the June 25th, 26th meeting of the Business Affairs and Licensing Committee. My name is Anton Malner and I'm the chair of the committee. Tonight we are joined by Community Coordinator Brian Lafferty. This meeting is called to order at 6:44. Apologize for the late start. As a reminder, New York State law requires all committee members who are not able to attend the meeting in person to have their cameras on and their first and last names displayed from the time the meeting is called to order until the time the meeting is adjourned. Members of the public who are attending virtually, you can raise any questions or comments that you have through the Q&A feature of Zoom. Members of the public who are here in person, you can raise any questions that you have by raising your hand. If there's time following the committee's discussion, we will field questions from the public. Sarah Woodington has volunteered to take minutes this evening. Thank you, Sarah. We will now take attendance by roll call. Brian Lafferty will conduct the roll call.
Thanks, Anton. Committee members, when I call your name, please indicate the discussion. Paige Judge.
Present.
Thank you. John Keller.
Present.
Thank you. Anton Malner.
Present.
And Sally. Thank you. Sarah Whittington.
Present.
Thank you. Kat Valero.
Present.
Thank you. We have a four.
Thank you. The agenda for tonight's meeting was distributed ahead of time by the board offices and reflected on the screen before you. If there is no objection, we will adopt the agenda. Members of the committee, if you're adopting the agenda, please raise your hand. Seeing no objections, the agenda for tonight's meeting is adopted. The minutes from the June 3rd, 2026 meeting and the February 26th, 2026 meetings were distributed ahead of time by the board office. If there is no objection, we will adopt the minutes as drafted. Members of the committee, if you object to adopting the minutes, please raise your hand and indicate which set of minutes you object to. Seeing no objections, the minutes from the June 3rd, 2026 meeting and the February 26th, 2026 meeting are adopted. They will soon be available on the CB6 website. Okay, some ground rules. In order to conduct an efficient meeting, let's observe a few ground rules. No one may speak until granted the floor. Committee members who are here in person, if you have a question about committee business or wish to make a motion, please raise your hand and I will identify you so you can speak. Committee members unable to attend in person, if you have a question about committee business, you may raise your hand through Zoom and I will identify you so you can speak. All committee members, extremely important that only one person speak at a time so that members of the public watching at home can understand what is being said by each committee member. The chat function for committee members present via Zoom should not be used for committee business or questions about agenda topics. All such remarks should be made on the record by raising your hand through Zoom. Chat should only be used to alert us to any technical difficulties you are having or to state in writing information like an email address that was already stated aloud on the record during the meeting. Tonight's agenda, item number 1, dining out New York City application for Sidewalk Cafe, 4-year license for Corner 26 NY LLC, doing business as Buddies at 354 3rd Avenue. Is there a representative available?
Hi, good evening. Michael Kelly, representing the applicant.
Who's this, Mr. Flynn?
Michael.
No, sorry. Okay, I had one question. On the DOT application, your food service establishment permit seems to have expired October 7th, 2025. I'm going to make an assumption this was renewed.
It's a new health permit. They haven't been inspected yet. So that's basically the date it was filed. So it's good until they get inspected, but it would expire October 2026.
Okay. All right, now this um sidewalk seating, the enclosed sidewalk seating, as I can see, has been there at least since 2009. And I understand, I believe DOT is trying to regularize these things. Is that the situation here?
Yes, it's an enclosed cafe that's existed, I believe, a
Oh.
lot longer than 2009.
Okay, Google Maps only go back to 2009. Anyway, are there any comments from members of the committee regarding this?
I just had I noted that there was no contact information for the manager.
I can send that to the community board,
Right. Thanks, Michael.
no problem.
Yeah, I mean,
And I-
honestly, I couldn't make sense of any of the schematics and like the clearances or anything, but I sort of understood it to be a grandfathering situation, so it's in some ways not really relevant.
Okay. Are there any comments from members of the community?
Members of the community, if you'd like to speak, please raise your hand. I don't see any raised hands.
Okay, I'm ready to entertain a motion of approval, actually, because this is a DOT situation from the committee.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all right, any objections? Seeing no objections, the motion is passed unanimously. Thank you very much, sir.
Hey, thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Good, okay. Okay, item number 2. Class change on premises liquor license for Ruby's Midtown LLC, doing business as Ruby's at 442 Third Avenue. Also, item number 7. Well, hold on, a new, I'm sorry,
Yeah, 7.
it's 8 now.
Oh, because of Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh, I added Ryan at the bottom.
And a new application, item number 8, new application for temporary retail permit for on-premises liquor license for Ruby's Midtown LLC, doing business as Ruby's at 444 Third Avenue. I read both of these, and is there a representative for Ruby's available?
Yes, I'm here, Blair Papagni.
All right, and the SLA application for the class change requires that you addend an explanatory memorandum explaining why you want the class change. I didn't see that. Could you?
Or even what the class change is.
Yeah,
The class change is going from beer and wine, which they've had for the last 10 years, to a full on-premise liquor license. The hours are not changing. It's still 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. I think it's really a combination of financial reasons for wanting to be able to offer liquor. And then also, I think, especially for brunch, what patrons are saying they would like.
okay. Again, are there 2 different establishments, one at 442 and one at 444?
Yes, so for 444, they are taking over what used to be Hummus Kitchen, and it's going to be a new application for an on-premise license.
All right, okay, do you have sidewalk seating
They-
in front of these establishments?
Yeah, they both have existing roadway. Alex, who is the manager, is on here also, and he can definitely speak to any specifics of the business outside of the license, probably better than I can.
Okay, my question is, if you have outdoor seating,
Yes.
have you gotten the DOT permits?
For 442, yes. they do. 444 already had it existing, and I would assume that we will need to come in front of you guys again for approval.
And did you have a question?
It's just a really small one. So is one of them gonna be Ruby's Midtown and the other is Little Ruby? Or is it gonna be a sort of a combined establishment?
Alex, can you speak to what the vision is for you guys?
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Alex McDonald. I'm the Director of Operations for Little Rubies. Yeah, there will be separate venues, as in they're divided by a residential hallway in the middle, but it'll essentially be two storefronts of the same name.
And sort of like same menu? Is it gonna be like sort of same servers or?
They'll be operated side. It'll be the same menu. We have 5 dining locations throughout the city. So we've got a fair few at this point, and yeah, it'll be the same menu.
Okay,
Okay.
but they are like, is it like two different kitchens? I mean, I'm just sort of trying to get a sense of what the feel is there.
Yeah, we're still kind of working out the best operational sense and what's allowed with multiple health permits and combining the
I get
space.
that.
I'd say for the most part, they will effectively operate as 2 separate restaurants. There'll be different teams working on both sides. There'll be a kitchen and a bar. That's still kind of, we're working out the best operational point to land on with that. But I'd say, yeah, generally speaking.
You're gonna have a common kitchen?
No, there'll be separate kitchens or maybe a larger kitchen in one side and a smaller kitchen in the other.
Okay, now, going back a little history, you did present to the committee sidewalk and roadway cafes, which request, which we did send to DOT and we approved it. Now, since that's the case, we should be expecting an SLA alteration.
Yes, I would agree if we're doing a class change that you would be expecting that.
Okay, so we're gonna be getting an SLA alteration
Yes,
application in the future?
yes.
All right, I guess, I saw both of these, one said 442, and the other said 444.
Yeah.
We were kind
Yeah.
of confused what was going on.
Yeah, it's just that they're right next to each other. I know it's not really common to have 2 of almost the same things right next to each other, but I think the operators feel like there's enough of a demand and that being able to have their resources really localized, their 2
Yeah.
businesses right next to each other will work for them. But I
Sure.
understand where there would be confusion there.
Okay,
I see Kat has her hand raised.
okay, Kat?
It's not about this, we have a member of the community that was asking a question for Bubby's. It's in the Q&A, Brian.
Oh.
Just to flag it.
Don't know
I can read it out. It says, I think it's from Thomas Inlud. He
Yeah.
says, so is this feeding into the area existing bar space? I think it was for the permanent sidewalk cafe structure for Bubby's, but we can get back to it after this one.
Yeah, I don't know if Mr. Kelly is still with us.
He just, I guess.
Yeah, he is here. He is here. Mr. Kelly, would you like to speak?
Hello?
Yes,
I'm sorry, I just actually came back up to do something. What application is this? Is this Oasis Cafe?
No, so there was a question actually, sorry to switch things up, I didn't see the question in the chat earlier. But this is about Buddies.
Yeah.
Just a question, I'll read it again. So a member of the public asked, is this just adding seating into the already existing bar space?
This is an already existing enclosed cafe. You can't get a new one anymore. They're not issuing any new licenses for enclosed cafes. So the only ones you're going to see are the ones that have existed prior to COVID that had a license.
I think, Brian, just to, because this is something that I think I heard from someone else in the community, not during this meeting. And for Michael Kelly, I think this is just specification. I think the community member was referring to actually having seats in that space because it currently does not. If you go into the actual place, that structure does not have bar stool seating or any seating. So I think that might have been what they were referring to.
Okay, so I'll explain why. So they applied for a public assembly permit, and that permit didn't include the seating in the enclosed section. So they finally got the inside public assembly permit, and the enclosed seating is being added on. The Department of Buildings wouldn't let them do them together for whatever reason. I don't know, that's why I stay away from doing Department of Buildings work. Doesn't make sense to me.
Maybe it was because the structure was not regularized.
I'm sorry,
I said maybe it's because the structure wasn't regularized.
okay, any more questions or comments from members of the committee? I'd like to take item 2 and item 8 together. There'll be 2 resolutions because they're 2 different premises, but basically,
Well, one's an alteration
one is.
and, one's a class change
class
and one's a
change.
new.
And the other one is
Yeah.
the new application. Do I hear a motion for item 2? For the class change and for item 8 for the new application and temporary retail permit.
Is this approval or no objection?
This is.
No
no,
objection.
Yeah, motion of no objection.
Second,
Second,
All right, members of the committee, do I hear any objection to the no objection resolution for Ruby's 442 and Ruby's 444? Hearing no objections, resolutions passed unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Alex, can I just have your last name for the resolution?
Yes, it's McDonald, McDonald. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank
looking
you.
forward to it.
Okay, item number 3, we received a request from the applicant to move this to a later part of the agenda because they are.
Actually, I think they. Yeah, they're here. Mr. Demay,
Yeah.
like to go now or?
No, now is fine. I got back to the office better than I expected, if that's okay with
Great.
you.
Anyway, item number 3 is a new application and temporary retail permit for wine, beer and cider license for Midtown Kitchen LLC doing business as Slate Cafe. Who's the representative there?
Ashley Jaffe is the owner. She's here.
hello
Okay.
there.
All right, this was laid over from the last meeting. The application, the SLA says no licensed sidewalk seating. I don't see a DOT application, but I do know you guys have sidewalk seating. I walked by it about 45 minutes ago.
Right, so the answer, I'm sorry,
Have you submitted a DOT application where?
we haven't, and I received and responded to some emails from the community board. The answer to the question matches the answers given by at least the last 2 applicants. There was allowed outdoor seating and dining under the old rules. Things transitioned. My client tells me that there's a pending application for outdoor dining. In order to stay well within the lines, with the liquor license application is not going to ask, pardon me, for service outside unless and until that application is approved.
Well, you have to have two applications approved, one from the DOT and one from the SLA called an alteration application.
So those are all going to be done as soon as as part of the DOT application process, which is pending.
When,
And so-
when was the application submitted to the DOT?
I believe Ashley, if you.
Yeah, quite some time ago, almost a year ago now.
What?
So I was
Has
just
he-
asking my attorney if I messed up reading something about being able to be, since we had our permits pre-COVID, during COVID, I was a little confused. So David's going to help me follow up and make sure that I'm in line with
Right.
everything.
Just so we're clear, I didn't know Ashley when these.
No, I just met him. He was not
No,
part
no,
of that.
right, so to make the board happy, we're more than happy to, stipulate or agree in a way that makes you comfortable that there won't be any alcoholic liquor service until
Well,
those
that's-
applications are completed.
I think that's my concern. I'm not so worried, even though it's not really permitted, but you have the sidewalk seating, but you shouldn't be serving alcohol, period. Outside.
Right, that was our original statement. There's not going to be outdoor alcohol service. And it's not, the license isn't even gonna ask for outdoor service until the DOT and the DOT application is completed.
Well. Okay, now, yeah, are you gonna have live music that's gonna be inside, I presume?
Um,
No,
Don't
no
think-
live music.
What kind of live music?
None.
Oh. I have my notes here, revised application, the only change was the addition of recorded and live music.
Right, so I think there were two 30-day notices. The first one, I believe, contained live music. Then it was reserved because that was an error.
I'm sorry, the other way around, I was.
Yeah, it's actually, we received
Oh,
that one.
yep.
after.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
Okay.
the one with the live music we received on the 28th.
Okay.
The one without the live music we received.
Was
on-
first.
Yeah.
Okay, Ashley, just if you,
Sorry about that. No, definitely no live music.
okay, so recorded only or no music?
Yeah, we have some recorded music
Okay.
quietly playing.
I will submit a revised 30-day notice early next week for recorded music only
okay,
and no live music.
all right. Do I hear any comments or questions from members of the committee?
And said she's fine.
Okay. Are there any comments or questions from members of the community?
Members of the community, if you'd like to speak, please raise your hand, or you can also put a question in the chat, or the Q&A rather. We'll make sure I have that open so that they don't miss it. I don't see any raised hands or questions.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion of no objection.
Motion of no objection.
I'll second that.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paige.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay. Item 4, that's laid over again for the second month. We're not gonna go through that. Item number 5, new application, temporary retail permit for on-premises liquor license for Ka Com Ray D Incorporated, doing business as Bon Thai at 519 3rd Avenue. Is there a representative available?
Yes, it's me, Chakri Rawangpal.
Good evening. Okay. I have a question. Just, you sent to the community board some pictures, one of them including a picture of a flyer. And it says 6/20/24. There was another picture of a flyer which was not legible. I couldn't see it. Did that have the correct June 25th, 26th date?
Yeah, June. What was your question, sir?
Yeah, that's an old, looks like an old flyer. There, there,
See, I couldn't read that.
yeah. That may have been error, but if anyone scan the QR code, it will go to the right place. So. Yes.
Okay. Other than that, I don't really have any
I'm fine.
questions or issues here. You're not gonna have any outdoor seating.
No, we don't have.
Yeah. And if you tried, you only have space for one table and one over the sidewalk service area. The cellar door. Anyway, okay, I don't have any questions. I think it's pretty straightforward. How many members of the committee? Okay. Any member of the community?
Members of the community, if you'd like to speak, please raise your hand.
Motion of no objection.
Second,
We just need another good Thai restaurant.
Thank you. See you in August.
Any member of the committee object to no objection? Seeing no objection to the no objection, the resolution passes unanimously. Thank you very much, sir. Good luck with your restaurant.
Thank you. See you in August. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Item number 6, new application and temporary retail permit for on-premises liquor license for Cicalis LLC doing business Orion Diner and Grill at 395 Second Avenue. You guys, is there a representative available?
Yes, hi. My name is Andrew. I'm from ABC License, here to represent Cicalis LLC.
Okay, you guys came before the committee last April 2025, and you come back to us, you're operating under a new LLC, is that my understanding?
Yes, so 2025 we were operating under Fiscardo Inc. And in that corporation there were 2 partners. For the LLC there will be only 1 partner. So rather than filing a corporate change, we decided to just file with a new company, just a fresh start. And additionally, we want to get a full liquor license, which the SLA is giving us a hard time because of the school across the street, which is a mixed-use building and temporarily closed and does not meet in the 200 feet guidelines. But other than that, everything will remain the same. It will be a 24-hour diner, same owners, same employees, same business. And once everything's established, we will apply for another sidewalk cafe permit under Cicalis LLC.
Question, this is, the SLA application has a number of boxes to be ticked. One of them is corporate change. Isn't this a corporate
Yeah.
change?
No, we're filing under with a new company, so it's a new application.
Wouldn't they, you said they're giving you a hard time about getting a liquor license. Wouldn't they be less likely to give you a hard time if you were filing as a corporate change?
No, because the SLA, we got, there was a representative from the SLA who said that because there was a denial history for the upgrade, she's going to stick with that denial and not approve the application.
So you're better off starting
Correct.
from scratch. Got it.
Okay, so let me understand, there were 2 partners, now there's only 1?
Yes.
Okay, question, did we get a DOT application for the outdoor dining?
Under Fiscardo Inc., once everything,
Under
yes, so once Cicalis starts to kick in, we will apply for another one, re-notify the community board, and come back next time for the sidewalk.
And it'll be under Cicalis LLC?
Yes.
Okay, I have no further questions. Any member of the committee?
I wondered, on the questionnaire, it said, well, under type of establishment was both restaurant and other, and I just wondered what the other.
It's a 24-hour diner, so some community boards separates restaurant classification and diner classification,
Oh.
but it's going to be a restaurant diner.
Okay, and then, also you did outreach to upstairs neighbors.
Yes, so we did the postings and we had no complaints, and
Yeah.
it's going to be the same establishment that's always been there. It's just different company, but everything else remains.
Frankly, I
Of
think it
course,
would
I
be,
remember Ryan has been
yeah.
there for.
frankly, I think it'd be a great asset to have a 24-hour diner downstairs, so
Okay.
I wouldn't complain.
Do I see any
A raised hand?
raised hand? Oh, okay, Kat?
Yeah, someone who lives literally around the block, this is very tempting now that you're making it even more official with the 24-hour. Stop reminding me, Anne. But I didn't know, just putting this on record, you guys have windows that open. I had no idea.
Yes, and we do have openable windows, but they're rarely used.
Yeah, no, but I'm just expecting, like, when you said the sidewalk cafe that you have, which looks lovely, by the way, you put a lot of work into it. I can imagine like the opening, the structures of those doors, because I think it's like floor to ceiling. Almost, is a feat. It says it on the survey, that's why I'm bringing it up. So I was like, oh, I didn't know that they have the capacity to do that.
As a general rule, if you open windows, they have to be closed by 10 p.m.
Yes, we agree to that.
Okay. Members of the general public, any questions or comments?
Are the members of the public who were with us, if you'd like to raise your hand, or put something in the Q&A? No raising.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion of no objection.
Motion of no objection.
Second.
Any member of the committee have any objection to this no objection resolution? Seeing no objection, resolution is passed unanimously. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
And I've eaten there. Food is pretty good. Okay. Next item. New application, a temporary retail permit for wine, beer, and cider license for Cafetonia NYC LLC doing business as Cafeto NYC at 211 East 14th Street. Okay, is a representative available?
Yes, this one's also one of my applications. I'm back again.
Oh,
yes.
ABC license, huh?
Yes. So this is yes.
A quick question.
Yes.
We ask that a picture of the flyer be.
Yeah, they did.
Did they do it? When did they do this? Because not when I looked.
I believe.
We got the picture and the post.
Yeah, so that was this afternoon.
It wasn't, yeah, because it wasn't.
Yeah.
So it was added a couple days ago to the report.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. No issues. I don't have any questions. No substantive issues for my part, members of the committee.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing substantive. I did notice that the answer about, the question about doors and windows being opened wasn't answered, and there wasn't any residential outreach, but the hours are really limited. So I feel like it's not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yeah,
When is their latest closing?
6 p.m.
six.
Yeah.
So it's a daytime thing.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean. Okay, any?
Yeah, it's a
It's a coffee.
it's a cafe, so.
Okay. Any members of the community? We're going
Cat?
to Cat, sorry, Cat.
Cat?
That's okay. I know, I'm not in the room, so it's easy to miss. Hi, Andrew, again, part two. So I've noticed a trend in our district with some cafes now becoming like cool night scene with like and they're coming to the board with these licenses, but I noticed you guys are only open till 6.
Yes.
And just to use an example, there's one up in the 20s, or maybe it's 30 something, that they do a trade-off of selling liquor-based drinks past 5 p.m. So I was just curious if you guys were thinking about expanding it to something else or just strictly sticking with the cafe.
So right
idea.
now, so one of the owners of this establishment, his name is Haitham, and he actually operates another similar establishment in Uptown in Washington Heights. It's called Five Flies Coffee. It's basically the same type of establishment. It's a cafe with alcohol, and they close at 5. And so right now, the proposed method of operation is to continue to operate as a cafe, coffee shop establishment with the option of wine and beer and closing until 6. If we ever decide to change from that and want to extend our hours, we will always come back for a method of operations. But as it stands right now, we're going to stay as the coffee shop.
People can have a shot with their shot, right?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, you could have one of those like
Little Irish-
alcoholic. Yes, exactly, Anne. Exactly.
Okay, all right, going back again, members of the public community, any questions?
Members of the public, would you like to speak, please raise your hand, or you can put something in the Q&A. Nope, no
No,
raised hands.
okay. You will hear a motion with no objection,
Motion with no objection.
Second.
second.
Cat, you gotta be quick here.
I know. Well, you guys keep going so quickly.
Do I hear any objection to this resolution from members of the committee? Seeing no objection, the resolution passes unanimously.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Yay, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay,
You did a
we did 8 already. 9, new application and temporary retail permit for on-premises liquor license for DOI Hospitality Group LLC doing business as to be determined at 622 3rd Avenue. Is there a representative available?
Yes, good evening, everyone. Aurelia Taveras here for DOI Hospitality Group. It's a privilege to present. Thank you guys for staying so late in your service. It's a privilege to present this licensee before you. Amit, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Okay, great. I'm sorry about that. Amit Upadhyay, or I call him Amit Kumar, is an accomplished restaurateur, entrepreneur, and investor with a proven track record of developing and operating successful hospitality businesses across the United States. He has an extensive experience in site selection, commercial leases, negotiations, but in operations is where his specialty is. He had 3 restaurants, Farzi Cafe, Bellevue, Bananares, Dili, and Fujia, India. Amit oversees all aspects of business strategy, finance, and development and operations. He has handled liquor licenses with no disciplinaries. And I just want to, while I'm speaking to you, if you can enable me, I have my presentation so that you could see the images of the location that we're proposing for the site. If you can, on the second, I'm signed in twice, one where I'm speaking and the other one for my computer, so that I can, if you can enable me as a panelist to upload a file, I'll go through the images if you.
What kind of presentation is this?
It's just a 3 or 4 page images of what we propose in the location, the interior, what the seating.
I guess I just would be so much more open to this had we received your materials like more than a half an hour before the meeting.
Well, we actually just signed the lease. So we wanted to get it before the board, you know, I don't know if this board goes on vacation in the summer, or I just wanted to make sure that we got it in this meeting so that we could introduce the site. If you want us to follow up again, we can follow up again and on another meeting with a presentation with all of the information. We also posted yesterday, like a day and a half ago, but we didn't get all the information we needed on a timely basis from the applicant. So for that, I have to apologize.
That's very interesting. This applicant runs other establishments. I would think that they would be more than set up to be able to give information so that we receive it more than half an hour before our meeting starts.
Would it be better to come next month? I have no problem with it. I just wanted to make sure that you guys had a presentation, you saw it. We're prepared to go this evening before you. We have the materials. And if you're so interested in what the location looks like, I think this is a great opportunity to see it and vet it. And if it's not satisfactory, we come back next month.
No, I mean, it's not really about that. It's really about like, whatever, it's on the track. I'll do whatever the committee wants.
Fine with me, they come back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just assume,
I think we should lay it over.
lay it over, yeah.
Okay.
Kat,
Yeah, just to name on record, is it Aurelia?
Yes, it's Aurelia. Thank you.
Hi, nice to meet you. Just on recommendation, because I assume that Mr. Amit Kumar is familiar with if he has establishments. You mentioned he has establishments, but I'm not sure if they're in New York. But if he has, he's probably already worked with the community borough system.
Yes.
So we do encourage them to actually come to the meeting in addition to
He's
their
in the meeting.
representatives. Oh, okay, great.
He's here. He's one of the, he's in the meeting. His name is Amit. He's in the
Don't be
meeting.
shy. Yeah, I would always.
I'm here.
recommend
Hello,
Oh,
everyone.
that they make a comment.
Yes,
But
it's a beautiful location.
I'm gonna
Yeah, it's-
echo my fellow members, and just to really make it a point and on the record, since you're in this district, we don't take a break. We're one of the few
Great.
committees on this board that takes this seriously, because there are a lot of constraints and short timelines that we need to have the efficacy of showing up for the businesses. And that's why we're harping on the fact that if we had received this information prior to within an hour, it would have been helpful so that we could have facilitated this. So I'm looking forward to a more robust conversation next month. But I just wanted to give you some more insight, but thank you for coming to this meeting anyway.
Yes, we didn't want to, she mentioned that you needed to be here, so we made sure we were here with the information that we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to email you the complete packet with the posting, and then I guess we have to change the date on the posting. If you could email me a posting with the next month's meeting date, and we'll be sure you have all the information you need.
Thank you.
Okay, I think the consensus of the committee, this gets laid over till our next meeting. I think it's
And is that?
It's July 30th.
July 30th, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Look forward to.
Thank you, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate it.
thank you.
Have a
Good
See
good
you
night.
night.
again.
Yeah, it's a great location. I know.
Great, nice
Well,
spot.
hasn't
Yeah.
been.
No, but
Wait
I
till you
mean,
see the plans. Plans are gorgeous. Good night, everyone.
don't know. Yeah. People don't look up.
Yeah, okay, that takes care of that. Next item for discussion is, all new business, huh?
The hand.
No, the
Yeah.
handbook.
Yeah, I see people have been putting their comments into the handbook on the Google. What do they call it? Google.
Google Doc.
Google Doc, and I appreciate those who've done that, and if there's anybody else, I would like them also to put their 2 cents or maybe 10 cents in. And I hope this, by the 30th, we can actually put it up on screen and say, okay, we're getting there. Now, I have to say that I am at fault because I should have asked that how should I call it? The sheets that Ann prepared in terms of what to look for both the DOT applications and SLA applications should be included. I think they're
Well, I
very
copied
thorough.
and pasted them
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
afternoon.
And did put them,
Okay, oh, good, okay.
so they're there.
But I mean, they're kind of there and sort of a void. And I also put in just a few comments that I had at the beginning. One is to echo John's question at the beginning. I think it would be useful to say, for DOT applications, it's a motion of no objection. And for SLA,
Well,
have
yes,
that down,
for the
right?
DOT, we have to approve.
Right,
SLA,
DOT is
it's
approved.
no
right,
objection, no
sorry,
objection,
yeah.
yes.
So, but I think it would be useful, that's the kind of thing I think would be useful to have captured there. And the other thing is, I have been asking for this and I don't understand why it's not happening, is if we could just get numbers on the questionnaire. I mean, it's like, you guys do
I've been
so
asking
much.
this since I'm on the committee.
Like seriously, and it's not, it's like, it shouldn't be, like, I will make the changes if you give me editing, it's, I mean, it's gonna take somebody 10 minutes to do this, right?
That's a lot easier to say, item number 6.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. No, I've
So,
fixed this
so I put a
before.
note in about that as well,
Okay,
so.
okay,
And I think, Pat has her hand raised.
Kat, yes?
Yeah, there's a lot of great content here and it feels highly collaborative, which is always a great goal to achieve. I just have a functional, operational question, like how, maybe it's, or also borders administrative. How is this actually gonna be like presented visually? Because right now it has all of our commentary, but it's not like a
Yes.
like having an appendix and then like referring to Ann's point about it's something different from the handbook, but numerically and being able to follow something, just knowing that we have 12 new members on the board, some might be assigned to bulk. This would have been something that I would have used as a holy grail and really referred to it intimately for a lot of different reference points. So I'm just curious how it's going to be compiled in a format that is a little bit synchronized.
This is very much a rough draft. I think of it as a rough draft that needs knitting.
Yes. And actually, there is a template that is out there someplace. I saw it, that all the handbooks, bulk, transportation, parks, whatever it is, should be following generally.
Well, I don't mind, I'm just gonna volunteer myself if and when we get to that point. I don't mind helping with the format if that's something.
I'm happy to work with you on that as
Okay.
well,
Okay.
sort of structural
Brian, we
editing.
have, there is a template, and I saw it in my emails when I was scrolling through. I think perhaps maybe this could be sent to members of the committee so that we're all on the same page.
Sure. Kat, I'm not sure if you heard that, but I'm happy to work with you on that and sort of the structural editing.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
I mean, word editing too, but.
Okay, CARES report. I really don't have anything to report. I think there's an issue that came up, 2 issues that came up. One, Flintstone. Apparently is doing something legal signage. Am I understanding this correctly?
Well, certainly their advertising, their bus advertising is illegal. And it's so appalling to me that when we saw Pascal in, was that like February?
Yes.
And we said he came in on, like, knew he was
There it
being
is.
recorded and, lied about it, bragged about lying. And she said, oh, I'll look into it. And here we are 5 months, 4 months later and
Yeah, I think it was April, but.
April. So time. I went to so many OCM things in that stretch. But I actually, so I stopped in there on my way here and sort of wandered the store a little bit and was not asked for ID. And which, I mean, like, clearly I am of age, but still,
Yeah.
you're
got carded.
supposed to ask,
Yeah.
whatever, you're supposed to ask.
Okay.
And when somebody, I mean, they have somebody sitting at the front desk there, that's basically their job, right? And, so I wandered around a little bit and then I asked one of the staff members, I said, oh, I saw the sign about the lounge, like, does that mean, like you can consume, on premises? She's like, no, it's not federally legal, so we can't do that. It was like, that's not the reason, but it was the right answer at least, so. And I was like, oh, it's gonna be like Amsterdam, I was sort of joking about it, so.
Well, we do know that in Flintstone Syracuse location, that's exactly what they do. They have a separate consumption area. I believe is upstairs, just like this is. So whether or not they'll stick to the law that they can't have any on-premises consumption, or will they turn their eyes and look another way? I don't know. We don't know unless the OCM sends an inspector or does some kind of
Well, yeah, I do notice that on the sign, it says it's only for,
Customers.
yeah, it was not just only for customers, but it was for some, it's like the gold card. It was something like
So. I don't know if everyone.
it's not like anybody can just come in, I think. Ambassador or something lounge.
Well, here it says access granted to customer, only to customers only, granted twice.
Oh, maybe huh.
And then it says, thank you for being a part, singular word, of the Flintstone experience.
well. So it's only for customers and somebody's bought something downstairs.
Right.
They're gonna go out? Or, I don't understand this. Anyway,
But they should be asking for ID. I mean, the place that I've gone to on 58th Street, you can't get past the door
No,
without
That's-
scanning
yeah,
ID.
yeah, I do, yeah. And like I said, I walked around,
Yeah.
and like actually spoke to somebody and.
well, I think the Flintstones establishment plays fast and loose with the regulations and the law.
Yeah.
And, now I know that we are looking at this from another angle. Jesus is not here this evening, but, we're continuing to do that and hopefully some resolution will be available. Hope by the end of the summer. Inshallah.
Indeed.
Okay. All right, the other.
Would that be, Anton, would that be in our purview to create that resolution?
I'm sorry, would be,
You mentioned a resolution, so I'm just curious who would be resolution.
Oh, do you mean resolution?
No,
Not in
no.
the sense of a written resolution, but
but in
as
sense of
like an outcome.
an outcome for.
Oh,
Mr.
got it. Got it.
Okay,
Got your community board hat on.
Can you tell tonight? Yeah. Uh-huh.
okay, and just to keep the committee up to date, was it today or yesterday, we received a complaint about Candela and another establishment next door. Appears that Candela is using a liquor license that belongs to
Candle.
the
Candle?
Turkish
Yeah,
restaurant.
Candle, the allegation is that Candle moved next door into what used to be Turkish Kitchen. And was
Oh,
using their-
on Third and,
Mhm, on
yeah,
Third Avenue.
like in the 30s someplace,
I
yeah.
think it's on 28th Street.
So they moved in and but they're still using their old,
That's the allegation.
Yeah.
well, they haven't come before us, have they, for a liquor license at the new location?
No.
No, no, we haven't received an application for Candle. However, the Turkish Kitchen did apply for a renewal, or sent us a 30-day notice for a renewal.
Huh,
And requested actually a waiver of the 30-day notice because they said due to an administrative oversight.
they're within the window.
They actually
Exceed-
currently lost their license.
Oh,
So it lapsed,
Yeah.
essentially.
Now, if they add a little bit more flavor, it's alleged that Candle is in bankruptcy right now.
It's all from one source. So.
Same source. Okay,
Well,
just,
that would be knowable.
if they filed for
That would be
bankruptcy.
a file.
okay, it's unfortunate to hear that, because I've been to Candle, both their places, and I love the food. Anyway, any other old new business? Okay,
Me again.
yes,
I just sent, sorry, Brian, but I thought it would be fresh in your inbox. I just sent some pictures I took, within the last few weeks. With three business members in our district, mainly on the southern side of our district, closer to me. The first was La Cita Pizzeria, which I think they had applied for a liquor license recently in the last 6 months. I remember a representative coming here. They have a string of lights that seems particularly low. And
I'm
I'm not
sorry.
very
A series of gates?
lights.
Oh, lights.
Like a string of lights that are hanging from the like where the signage is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can't really see it, but it's low enough that my mom was with me. She was 5'2", I'm 5'7". It wasn't that much further from my head. So that's the taller end, Brian. The area is like where it lowers down the sidewalk. Yeah. Well,
Oh, wow.
that's, you don't have to zoom in. But like when you're under it, it's pretty low. So I just I wasn't sure if that's something that we monitor or it's DOT or something, but considering they were recently at this committee for a license, I was like, oh, let me just bring it up to the committee.
I would start by just like,
walking in.
yeah, just pointing it out to them.
yeah. And
Okay.
if that doesn't work, there's 311 and the Department of Buildings.
Okay, the same as, there's another picture of Tronoyas on Third. It's an Irish, it's Irish. They had the same situation. The lights were really, really low. And they have, unlike La Cita, they have a sidewalk cafe, and a roadway cafe, and a very narrow window of sidewalk as it is. And so it just seems like it's a bit
You really sort of boxed in.
precarious. Yeah, you see what I mean? And I don't know if they're like, because these situations recently happened. So I don't know if it's because they're trying to get more people to come during the World Cup, so that the area is more illuminated for larger stretches of the evening when it's night. But yeah, so I will take the committee's advice and just go into the establishments and ask them, what's the deal there?
The DOT, if you put up umbrellas, they have to be what, 7 feet?
I think so, yeah.
7 feet, so people don't bang into them. I don't believe there's any regulation regarding lights.
I don't remember
I
that
don't
on
remember that,
the.
Not on the application.
They're using
That's why I was
trees.
like, I'm not sure where this fits in the jurisdiction of committee work, but, and then the last one, Brian, is, seating outside of Maddo Espresso. It's on the east side of Third Avenue between East 26th Street and East 25th Street. there was a new expansion of the sidewalk. And there's a tree there, and they just arbitrarily put out two tables and 2 sets of chairs. And to the question Anton made at one of the folks that was here tonight, saying, are you serving out there with the, I think it was Slate. You asked the question,
Yeah.
Anton, are they gonna be serving? So this is just a concern, because I'm like, I don't know if they've come to the committee. I don't recall in my tenure in the last year that they did. And they also have those bar stools, so it's just a question mark, and I have no idea.
Well, it goes back to, I know Mateo is basically coffee and a Danish shop, alcohol, but it doesn't exempt them for going to the DOT
Correct.
to use the outdoor space, public space for their tables and chairs.
Right, and since the expansion literally just happened within the last 2 weeks, there was a lot of construction in this area for a few months. It just seems a bit an overstretch to just start putting property in the area.
Yeah. But, you know, I think we should address a larger issue. I know we all walk around the neighborhood and we see places like Mateo and other coffee shops where they set out tables and chairs, and I don't recall ever seeing them come through the committee for with DOT applications. So my larger question is, who was policing this? I mean, our job is not to police sidewalks. Something is egregious, I think we should bring it to the
Shouldn't it
attention.
be DOT?
Yeah, DOT should be doing this. And
Right, but we're also like facilitating some of the concerns that we hear from the community. So that's why I thought it is a great issue to raise, Anton, that like who is at the end of the day, like really responsible for these efforts. But I also want to lay the groundwork for this committee to be facilitating equity of like, if this business is doing this and this is not correct, and other businesses are coming to us in good faith and doing what they need to do, which takes a lot of energy and time, I don't think they should be exempt. And I didn't see this as policing. I was just genuinely, Anton, like I didn't know. I didn't know what the protocol was. So I wanted to bring it to the committee's attention.
And I want to second what Kat's saying, but we had Laterra in here a few weeks ago.
Yes.
It's a very nice Italian restaurant, and they had that seating arrangement that was sort of bizarre.
Yeah.
And my wife and I went and had a lovely dinner there a week ago, and they don't have the seating. They just took it down.
Oh, well.
So the point is that people are responsive, so we should call people out, you know.
Well, it's like
We had
the
a
casual
situation
break.
in Osatara, same thing.
They responded immediately.
But, you know, should we be reporting this to the office and the office follows up with the DOT?
That's the question. Yeah.
Then it becomes the responsibility of the DOT to follow up.
So
Hopefully coming from the CB6 office,
Yeah.
that would be
A little bit
something to
emphasis,
intensify their inspection process.
Yeah. So just on process, so DOT will, and they have in the case of the Casual Creek, issued what they call I think it's blanking on the actual terminology, but essentially they provide notice to those who do not have sidewalk seating permits, or to those who are not in compliance. And then if they're found to be not in compliance again, then they can issue fines.
Well, I gotta say, I mean, I walked by and not only are the tables there now, they're in front of the empty storefront next door. And to go exactly to what Kat was saying, like, I want them to succeed. I don't really have a problem with them having tables out there, but everybody else is following the rules and so should they.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like.
And
a
I'm
big-
a little, I'm sorry, Ann. And I'm a little incensed because I consider myself a serial pedestrian. And this is such a great expansion of sidewalk. And I was like a little frustrated that after a few months of construction in that area, where it's a bottleneck already of a lot of different markers, that they just arbitrarily did this without like considering all the factors. That was part of it as a community member, not as a board member. It's just a little.
And as I think of it, I know there's a restaurant near me, and I won't mention the name of it, that has tables that I know for a fact they haven't come before us. And I was thinking of just walking in and in a very friendly way saying, you know, you're putting yourself at risk because your insurance won't cover you if something happens when you have an illegal setup.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's a good point. I should say that, because like I said, I've stopped into the Casual Greek. There's never a manager there. Or they always say there's not a manager. And
So with the Casual Greek, since they were investigated multiple times and found to be in violation, they did issue a summons.
Oh,
But, so,
okay.
right now, I guess they're in the second stage. My understanding is that if they get, enough summonses, then they won't be able to ever apply essentially for.
Do these summons, these fines escalate?
Yeah, they do escalate.
Okay, well, it's incentive to do the right thing.
well, maybe I'll stop by again tomorrow, make a phone call or call and say, you know.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, I do,
The place I'm thinking of, I don't want to mention the name, but they have a cellar door too, and I'm wondering.
these
whether
are
it's-
over the cellar door.
whether
Yeah, I
they're-
was going to say that too. I've seen a lot of tables on
Yeah.
cellar doors,
Which-
especially in those establishments on Second Avenue in the
Yeah.
50s.
Yeah, I mean, and that is permitted as long as there's
It's
secure,
good, As long as they're reinforced. right?
Yeah.
That's the need.
there's something that
Yeah,
has,
exactly. But how do we know? Yeah, it's just
Right.
another question of us.
You're actually doing them a favor if they're smart
right,
to regularize it.
Yeah.
Because if I was an insurance company, I wouldn't cover anything that happened.
yeah,
You know?
Well,
Yeah, and actually, so. I'm looking now, they were actually, the Casual Greek was issued 2 summonses. In the span of 2 weeks.
And what's the process to initiate one of those summons? Is there a form online or something?
You can report it to 311.
Okay, that's.
But, yeah, if you can loop me in.
Yeah, okay.
That way I can
Better for you.
go to DOT and say, you know. That you filed this. That way I can, so
No,
somebody
but-
actually does inspect.
They might actually listen to you. So,
Okay,
That's my only other question, and Brian, I'm not sure, or Anton, I'm not sure if anybody knows. In other committees for different reasons, the conversation of like surveying and accessing feedback, whether that's promoting it digitally through our website as a board or the newsletter, but also maybe a more concentrated effort of what would that look like? I'm just curious, is that something that the office is able to do? Is that something that we've done for businesses specifically of letting them know, hey, there are options if you're interested in expanding service on sidewalk or roadways, if you haven't already heard of it yet, you know, like, I just don't know if some businesses, because they get inundated with a lot of resources to support their journey.
I think these
So,
restaurants, most of these establishments know that you have to have
yeah,
a license
Okay.
to use public property for private use.
well, and certainly if you get a
And-
couple of summonses, you know.
And
you
I
should
think
get to him.
many of these places are running on very thin margins. They, you know, to hire a lawyer, to have the forms filled out, sometimes it's beyond their expertise. They're restaurateurs, they're not
Yeah,
lawyers, they're not people, architects fill out diagrams, and I can see that. So, do I blame them for not getting the license? No, but I think that, you know, they should be incented somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I think this, I've been on this committee for 10 years and I think we bend over backwards to try to be pro-business.
Yes.
I mean, so there's nothing we're saying here, if anybody's listening to this, that suggests we're running around going, no to people. I think we just want it to be a fair playing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, just pulling up DOT's dining out NRC website. Pursuant to the administrative code, restaurants that are repeatedly found to be non-compliant, DOT may suspend or revoke a license in order the removal of a sidewalk or roadway cafe after an opportunity to be heard. And then for unlicensed setups, restaurants that operate outdoor dining without a license and revocable consent may be subject to the following penalties and or ordered by DOT to remove their outdoor sign setup: $500 for the first offense, $1,000 for the second and subsequent offenses. And sorry, this is what I was trying to mention before. Restaurants operating unlicensed outdoor dining setups receive a penalty, not CAR on the first offense. So that's
So they do get
Yeah.
a fine.
they do get a fine if
On
they're
the first time.
unlicensed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I was conflating. If they have a license and it's not in compliance, then
Then
they'll
they
give them an
get the
opportunity to
warning.
correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
If they don't have a license.
So theoretically, they've already at least been billed the casual, it's $1,500.
Yeah,
That's a lot of revenue from 6 little tables, or
Yeah,
6, it's like
exactly.
3 two tops or
I
something.
think perhaps when it becomes financially impossible to keep paying fines, then they'll.
Yeah, and I do know in
Change.
extreme circumstances, DOT will actually go out and confiscate the tables and chairs.
Actually go out and what?
Confiscate.
Confiscate the tables and chairs.
Really?
They
Oh,
do-
Yes, when their break room furniture breaks, right?
right.
So that
Okay,
I think we're good.
I don't have any other business. Members of the committee, any further business? Okay, seeing no further business, the meeting is, ordered. If there are no objections, we'll adjourn the meeting. Okay?
No, just
Meeting is adjourned at 7:55 PM.
amazing.
Thanks.
Sarah, thanks again.
Yes, thanks,
You're
Sarah.
welcome. You're
Hey,
welcome.
Sarah,
Thanks, folks.
Thank
Sarah,
you.
are you in Paris?
No, I'm in New Haven with my older daughter. She needs
Oh,
my.
okay, I was gonna give you big credit.
I
for this.
appreciate being able to be on Zoom. Thank you.
Good, thank you for taking the minutes, appreciate that.